We are live again on a very beautiful day. Today is Monday, and trust us to say welcome again to another pleasant and exciting week ahead for you guys. My name is Daki. I want to say a big thank you to our fans out there for doing what you guys do best. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you, and trust us when we say this, we would never take you guys for granted. That's a promise. Now you can stream us live on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and these are spaces available for you to stream us. We are waiting for you in that space. All you have to do is look out for that channel that is most convenient to you and stream us live there. We are waiting for you. Exciting news everywhere. Today is Monday. All the updates from Saturday, Sunday, I will bring them to you in a bit. Recall that before the news, I told you guys first, BURNA Boy is the GOAT. Maybe why I said this, you probably get to know that in the course of the news. Let's begin to the news with no other person than the man who calls himself the ODG, talking about BURNA Boy. We saw BURNA Boy coming out on an Instagram post to make a post where he said, "I got mouth to feed and unnecessary brief is more cows to breed." So BURNA Boy just coming out to say, and this is a GZA line, but then he mentions that apparently he is not one to get into beef with anyone because he has mouth to feed, and that is why he has to work so hard. Moving on, we saw Busta Rhymes coming out to share his experience with BURNA Boy in the studio, and then he said BURNA Boy is the most precise person he has ever got to share the studio space with. He said he's precise, he's fast, and then he said when he wanted to have him on the album, he played about 5 songs with BURNA Boy, and then BURNA Boy, when he heard Rabo Shota, he was like, okay, I love this one, but then let me hear more. And then he had like 2 months, he was like, no, Rabo Shota is the song, and he did that song in Jamaica, and Busta Rhymes said, according to him, he said BURNA Boy is one of the most incredible experiences he has had ever in his lifetime. BURNA Boy is becoming a big superstar. And trust us when I say this, he is making a big name and legacy for himself. Moving on, we saw BURNA Boy City Boys has now sold over 40,000 units in Netherlands and is now eligible for a gold certification. City Boy joins a long list of BURNA Boy songs eligible for certification in the country, Netherlands. Moving on, we saw BURNA Boy City Boys have just surpassed 70 million streams on Spotify. Recall, this song is barely 4 months old, but trust me, it is doing crazy numbers, more than even songs that came before or when it came. At the same time, we saw BURNA Boy Global East track at the time. Last was that commendable song that BURNA Boy did, took us on the storm and had good numbers while it was spanning. We saw that song Last now has now sold over 1 million units in the UK, and Last become BURNA Boy's first song as a lead artist to reach this milestone. And recall, for the UK, this is about already 2 platinum. BURNA Boy officially become the first African artist in history to have 3 different songs sell over 1 million units in the UK with Location, Own It, and Last. Love Damini is now eligible for gold certification in UK after making over 100,000 units sales. BURNA Boy tested, approved, and trusted have surpassed 15 million streams on Spotify, and that is a massive one. We say congrats to him for that major milestone. At the same time, so Love Damini album have now surpassed 970 million streams on Spotify, 30 million shy of 1 billion, and we are sure that before the year runs out, BURNA Boy is set to meet up with 1 billion number. I told them the album have just surpassed 250 million streams on Spotify, and that is also a very commendable one from BURNA Boy. We saw Chris Brown coming out to endorse BURNA Boy's song City Boy in the club over the weekend while he was dancing. For Chris Brown, a very, very free-spirited person, he loves your song, he dances your song, and that's the major push your song might just need to penetrate that zone. Moving on, we have Baba Ibeji, OBO as an S guy on the news. We saw the song Sensational, that's a Chris Brown song with Loja and Davido. It's the song with the most increase this week on the US overall radio chart with over 1.46 million impressions. Still on the song Sensational with Davido and Loja enters the top 50 on the US urban radio media based building chart at 48. It went about 5 points upwards on about 36.6 in spins. At the same time, we saw Davido, No Competition with Ashake have surpassed 20 million streams on Spotify. And then Davido came out just after his birthday to make a post. And this was coming after the Thanksgiving in developed world. And then Davido said, another birthday in the book. Thankful for all the amazing love around me. and how this year has been filled with so many wins. Thank you to my family. Let's make the next year even greater. Lagos, let's keep the celebration going. December 24th, it's going down at Flight Time Festival. Go get tickets while you can. Trust me, go get tickets while you can. At the same time, we saw Davido on Twitter coming out to make reference to what his brother said, Beard, where Beard explained at the point where they were growing, the band was in the US and it was in Davido's father's apartment. And the band asked a question saying, "Can I lit the cigar?" And Davido was like, "Yeah, sure, you can." You know, the whole energy was much and he wanted to just blow. And Davido had down to retweet saying, "Blow," laughing out loud and all of that. He said, "By fire, by force, we really had to blow." Davido came through with a very, very, very mysterious voice over a content with Fuse, where he came out to give advice to aspiring creatives, whatever you are, content creator, artist, actor, whatever it is that you're doing. Davido, in his words, came out to say, just keep doing it. He mentioned that he could have just been in the US without coming back, but then his calling was to come back. He obeyed it, and now he is doing better. So basically, just keep doing that thing, keep doing it, keep pushing, keep pushing. One day, you will definitely hit the landmark. Davido Timeless album have just surpassed 295 million streams on Spotify. Recall I told you what Burna Boy numbers look like. If you missed that, go back and see what I said about Burna Boy. I told them. Davido Kante with Fave has earned over 21.3 million on-demand stream in Nigeria since its release, and as of today, is now eligible for a platinum in Nigeria, courtesy the TCS and table. Davido Away has earned over 24.3 million on-demand streams in Nigeria since its release, and also eligible for a platinum in the country. We saw Asa Sika coming out to give a comment, and when he said, "Davido and I actually sat down today to talk about new music and runs through music. We have been making on the move. All I can say is 2024, 30BG feasting good. But before that, we have a few more singles on Timeless to run up. 2 new videos about to ready, and trust me when we say this, it's a privilege to see Davido coming through with videos, because he and his team exactly know how to create a masterpiece when it comes to video. Arguably, Davido has been the best artist so far in Afrobeats for the year. We saw Davido in Cameroon on Friday, Saturday, where he went there, turned everywhere up with performances up from Aye to Unavailable, just giving them a mismatch of what his collections has been. And trust me, he had fun in Cameroon, giving them an professional masterpiece when he was there. Just so you know, so you don't miss out, Davido's concert in Asaba. Now, this is going to be very controversial, because at the point, Maju Pinnick and his team came out to say they're going to cancel Davido in Delta State at the time. But then Davido is saying, "I'm daring you guys, I'm coming back to Asaba for my own show. If you can stop it, do stop it now. Because if you can't, we are doing it bigger and better." Tables for 10, about 5 million, which contains 2 cognac and obviously the perennial about that. At the same time, table for 10, 3 million, and then table for 5, 1.5 million. Also, the Timeless tour continues in Asaba, Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos. 13th of December, Asaba, 14th of December, Abuja, 17th of December, Port Harcourt, and 24th, Lagos, with the Flight Time Festival. Moving on, weekend was a lot of gospels with Davido and this guy, Israel Juju, as we all love to call him. It was a back and forth experience with Juju and his wife, Shayla. At the time, they had a lot of marital crisis, and it looked like in that department, they have closed down the curtain and said, "We are done with this marriage." But then it did not just end that way. It ended with a lot of breaking point and breaking news and back and forth from Sheila and Israel at the time. A lot of, "I spent money on you, you served your God too much," back and forth. But the whole essence was the fact that Sheila came out to say she was not feeling bad the fact that he was serving Davido too much, but Israel came out to say her problem was that he feels like he served Davido too much, and back and forth. Sheila only said, "What I wanted you to do was get a life for yourself, get a job, have a business that you can fend for when you live this life." But then it looks as though Israel is comfortable doing what he loved doing best. As a matter of fact, that is what we know him as. That has earned him an auto performer, that has earned him an apartment, a car, like a very good life. Anybody will consider a good life. But then Sheila is saying, "I am not comfortable with that kind of life," alongside a lot of battering, beating me, locking me out of the gates. And it was so messy over the weekend. We saw Davido on his part coming out to say, "All I have to say about this is speak when necessary, the words carry more value than who is he or who was he referring to at this point. And moving on, we saw Albert talking about Israel best friends coming out to make a post to say he warned Israel about this. And Israel said, yeah, claimed we say, yes, Albert, you warned me about it and all of that. But then it's sad to announce that at the moment, these folks are not longer married. But they're not officially divorced, but they've left the apartment they used to be in together. We saw Portable coming out to give them a candid advice, and then in his words, Portable said, Israel, if you were like me, you will not be in this mess because I have 4 wives. If one go, I have 3 more, and definitely I will replace the 4th one. So Israel, be like me, have 4 wives. If one person is going to leave you, it's not a problem. All you have to do is take care of the 3 you have, then add 1 to it to make it 4. Either way is a win-win for you. Moving on to the next guy, we have WIZKID as the next guy on the news. This guy is chilling and looking like as though he does not have a single problem in this life. We saw Chris Brown, WIZKID song with Chris Brown, Call Me Every Day, which Chris Brown featured WIZKID, have just surpassed 100 million streams on Spotify. And at the same time, we saw WIZKID 2 Sugar with Arya Star has earned over 15 million on-demand stream in Nigeria since its release, and it is also eligible for a platinum in Nigeria. We saw WIZKID over the weekend also hanging out at Secret Palace club where he was seen living out, and WIZKID was shy from camera. People were trying to have videos with him, and WIZKID was just say, please take the camera out of my face in a very good and happy gesture. It just shows that maybe off camera, WIZKID might just be a shy person. Finally, we have Sheyi Vibes as the next guy on the news. While others are getting platinum, Sheyi Vibes is not left out because his song Atrik has earned over 23.8 million on-demand stream in Nigeria since its release, and it is also eligible for a platinum in the country. Congrats to Sheyi Vibes, though for some reason he has been away in the news, but we trust him to make a massive comeback when he's ready. My name is Daki. We'll catch you guys on the very, very next one.